Hey guys, so this is how I make my lovely thick, I do have to say thick because I like my stews very, very thick, chicken stew. I always season my meat with fresh herbs. I like fresh thyme, fresh rosemary, spring onions, red onions, habanero pepper, fresh garlic. So I will blend that all together, and that will basically be my quote-unquote green seasoning. I love this. It just gives a different taste, especially the sage. I also add sage to my chicken, so it's absolutely delicious and it's a game changer. I am a farm chicken girl. I don't buy chicken from the store. I don't even buy from the Africans anymore. We go straight to the farm. And the meat is always different. It tastes fresher. You need less to season it. Curry, dry thyme. I still add dry thyme. That's the ginger. And some seasoning. As you can see, I didn't add much because of having fresh herbs already. And then some seasoning salts. I prefer seasoning salts to regular salt sometimes, depending on what I'm cooking. White pepper, nutmeg is a must and a game changer, and some organic black pepper. Now, some people like blending cracking their black pepper whole. That is all on you. Some people like their nutmeg cracking it whole as well. That is on you. I'm a lazy cook, okay? I just do things as long as it tastes good and it's efficient and healthy. That's how I roll. Now, the chicken fingers and the chicken head, that we will remove later. Like I said, we go to the farm so we get the whole chicken. And the farm we go to, I believe a hen right now is $23, and then a regular small size chicken, regular chicken, is $12. Another thing is I do not add water to that initial steam. I let it steam out, I let it sweat out and get its flavors together. Ooh, smells good. I still don't add a lot of water. You'll see the water I add is the little rinse off, I like to call it, from my food processor. That's all I add to this, and I let it just do its thing and release its own stock, because again, I don't like watery stew, so I don't need much water anyway. Oh, I can smell it again. It smells delicious, especially the fresh herbs. Now, I know people have a debate of if you wash your chicken or not. Wash your chicken, okay? Now, for my stew, I love onions. Some people only like pepper. I am not just a pepper girl. I love onions. I love tomato, and also added a little bit of habanero. So please make sure you're adding enough onions to flavor, and then use enough tomato as well. That way your stew is a nice thick consistency. I am not a tomato paste girl, so you will never see me use tomato paste. For my stew, for my jollof, I don't. I just use my fresh Roma tomatoes, and then the red pepper basically gives it a nice color. So you really do not need any tin tomato to cook. Now, if it's for financial reasons, I get it, but you don't need it. I love the Ninja blender because it just blends things so fast. You don't have to cut much. You don't have to add water. So then when you are boiling down your stew, your tomato mixture, it's not taking long because there's no water. So I absolutely love it. So everyone should invest in that. This blender I've had for many years. I think I got this as a wedding gift and it still works. I've not had any issue. It's nice and safe as well because it won't start without everything being clipped and in place. So yeah, definitely invest in one if you don't have one, or invest in a blender like that. And we're just blending away. I decided to make this video for my brother. He asks all the time for my videos, or for my recipes, I should say. So I think this is a great way of also showing him how to get down in the kitchen, because we're not having a liability as a husband, though. You must know how to cook, boy. But yes, he's a great cook, to be honest with you. He is a great cook. So, bro, this video is for you, and I'm doing this voiceover for you as well. And yes, I do clean as I go. Okay. It's something that I learned. I wasn't always like this, but having kids and having a lot of kids, I have 4 children, all under the age of 6. My oldest is 5. So it's just better to clean as you go. And I removed all the chicken head and the fingers from my pot of chicken and stew, because at this point I'm just going to put it in the fridge. Now I use a cast iron pot. And if you know anything about cast iron pots, you know that it is not non-stick, okay? So you have to cook on very low heat or medium heat, because that way it will not burn. So, and just gently cook. It may take a little longer, but you get a more even cook as well. So it's great for slow cooking. I'm also big on using olive oil. 9 times out of 10, you will see me using olive oil. The brand that I love right now is Graza, because they have different types. They have one you can fry with, they have one you can cook with, and they just have one you can drizzle with. So this one is the one that I cook with. I cook it, and as you can see, I don't add much, because you don't need much oil when cooking. Please, you do not need a lot of oil when cooking. And again, this is cooking for your home, so you truly don't need a lot of oil. I added a little bit of Knorr cube and some curry, some dry thyme. And then that's the blended ginger that I already had in the fridge. I'm just scooping it out and adding, and then I'll also add some garlic, and there it is. So guys, see how thick this is? You know, from being almost full to the brim to simmering all the way down. So yeah, it makes life easier. And do you see how thick it is? Do you see the color of, I'm hoping you saw the color. You do not need tomato paste. Now, if you like it, is your choice, but you just don't need it. And right now I'm just separating my meat from my stock because very soon I'm going to add that to my stew.
What are you doing? Huh?
Don't touch. Do not touch.
Mommy. Oh. Good afternoon, Mommy.
One thing I do as well is before I add fluid, because we know tomato, it will be pop, 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 pop everywhere. So I turn it to the lowest heat possible so that it can relax a little bit before I start adding anything to it. So you're not going to see my stews boiling over too much because I don't want the pop, pop, pop to blind me. Okay, so I made sure to get the heat down as much as possible before opening. And yeah, so that's why you're not seeing a pop, 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 pop all over the place. It's something that I've just been doing, and as you can see, it's doing this thing here, and yeah, popping all over the place. So I'm gonna close it, turn up the heat a little bit, and then now what we're doing here is some water for the rice. And we get to cleaning. So time to clean up, wash up the pots. I store my things on top of the cabinet. So you'll get used to my home soon. I use every space. So the big pots go on top of the cabinets, the kitchen cabinets. And we clean up some. Pop. Look at how rich that stew looks. Pop. Now we're adding the kitchen. Another thing to state, I do not fry the chicken that I use for my stew. I do not air dry it because I don't see the point. I feel like as Nigerians, we're used to killing chicken, killing our meat multiple times. You kill it, then you boil it, then you fry it. Ain't nobody got time for that, okay? And also, let's have mercy on our teeth. Okay, guys? Have mercy on your teeth. You don't need to eat hard meat. Just boil your chicken. Make sure it's tender. And put it back in your stew. Now, if I was cooking jollof rice, yes. Because that meat is just going to, chill out. But for stew, you don't need that. You don't need to do all the extra seren to kill your meat 100 times. You really don't. You don't need to cook your meat 100 different ways before eating it. Now we wash the rice to get the water as clear as possible. My kitchen helper is back, so Ivy. She loves to cook with me, aka tasting all the food. So they're back from school, so she will be here with lots of questions and asking to taste multiple times. On the wood. Yes. Thank you. And the stew is slowly getting together. If you notice, I didn't add any extra salt because it's already flavorful. You don't need it. You have the salt from the stock, and then you have the Knorr cube that you added. You don't need all the extra salts. Yeah, so again, I'm cooking for my home. We try to keep things as healthy as we can. That's why we don't have high blood pressure in this house. We don't have diabetes in this house. Yes, some things are genetic, but some things are also from diet. So, and my husband is very, very health conscious. So do you see how thick the stew is? This is how I like my stew. Very thick with lots of meat.
Very yummy.
Yeah. What?
My taster will taste her soon.
Lots of meat.
Yeah.
Lots of chicken. Alright. This will flow to boil very, very, very well.
Yeah.
That food is ready.
Yes.
Season.
I'm already ready, Mommy.
It's almost ready. Let's just wait for it to boil a little more.
Clean, clean, clean.
Wow.
Pop, 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 pop.
See how the oil is pouring on the top?
And the stew is done. My oil is to the top. You can see little oil, right? Nice, healthy, and delicious. So thanks guys for watching. Bon appetit. Thank you for watching.